All right. So, I'm going to show off some new updates on my server. But first, for any newcomers, I want to have some kind of video form of how to join for the first time. So you found my server. You come into the chat. We say hey to you. Just go up to the other channel, how to join the game, and you'll see my newest instructions. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go through it with you. So first you go to this link. This is where I have all of the mods curated into a collection. Click on subscribe to all, and then let Steam download all the mods. And I believe at that point you can open the game, and then the launcher here will show you your mod download progress. When they get done downloading, make sure to load all of the mods. Currently there are 19. Right after you do that, I would advise making a new preset. Save it as something that you know what it belongs to. I usually name them per server abbreviation or things like that. After you load the mods, click play with mods. The game will open up. Let me get out of this this part here. All right, so you open the game, go to quick play. There we are. Quick play, direct connect. Now this is my local address, but you need to type in this address: 4742100223, port 2402. Click join, then you should see the B-Rcade, and you can see a list of different, well, I thought it would show the mods, but oh well. Once you're there, just click and join. Actually, you know what, before that, good idea to start first so it appears in your favorites. And then it should actually appear in your game launcher. And then anytime I change the mods, maybe I add a map or something like that, if you join through the game launcher, any mod that you don't have, it will download for you automatically. So after the first time, if you join via direct connect, I would recommend every other time join this way. Makes it a little bit easier than manually finding each mod or going back to my collection on Steam. Very good. With that out of the way, let's begin. All right. So default is a solo game. As soon as you join in, you can click anywhere on the map to basically vote, if you will, for a place for the blue circle to form, the first blue circle. After it forms, you can click and you'll see a smaller circle, and that's where you're going to drop. You and the rest of your squad, if you have anybody on your team, will drop right here. If you have AI players in your team, they'll drop lower to the ground, such as these, on the same location. Ouch. Try to pull the chute a little bit before 100 meters for best results. If you do pull a little bit late, you can slow down your acceleration So it looks like something already isn't right. I was supposed to see damage confirmation, hit markers, stuff like that. I'm not sure why that didn't work. I'm gonna get out of this and reconnect to it. See what happens. So already, you get to see some of the armor bugs. Let's see here. There it is. Don't know why it didn't show the first time. Just a generic armor bug, I guess. But yeah, most bugs such as that can be resolved by just disconnecting and reconnecting. And that is actually another handy feature of my game, is players can join a game in progress no matter what stage it's in. I suppose unless it's like in the extreme last couple of seconds of the game or so. Where the mission, what do you call it? Mission completed screen is up. So the AI are acting a little goofy right now. Just kind of running around instead of shooting right at me when they see me. Anyway, this is a pretty small map. So I'll show you how to change a map if you might not like it. If you join my server and you happen to be the only one playing, or maybe there's just a few of you on, if nobody has already done it, you can type hash vote admin, and it should log you in as the admin. You'll know if it worked if you can use any admin commands, such as missions. So it seems that that didn't work. Alternatively, if you're not an admin, you can also do vote missions. Let's see if that takes me there. Very good. Now, not being an admin and using vote missions does cause the game to hang, and I don't know why. Again, to fix this bug, hold escape to back out of the server, and just go back through the connection process. And you saw that I don't know if you saw, it was a bit fast there. It said the status is creating. So now we have the map selection screen. I can pick any map here. I'm just going to go with Altus for this. Here we are. Notice this parameters over here. If you're not logged in as the admin, you can't change this stuff. Let's see if I can change that. Vote admin. I guess it doesn't work that way. Maybe I'm using that command incorrectly. I already am an admin, so I'll just type login. And you can only log in as the admin with that method if I have authorized your user ID to do so. So, once you log in as the admin, if you're in the role selection screen before the game starts, not one that's in progress, you can modify the parameters menu. Notice the edit comes up down here. So you can either highlight something and press edit, or just double click to change the value. So, if we want to play a trio game, for example, pick trio, click OK, good to go. Now what happens is, you see there are 400 units in the role selection. I have it capped at 100 in game, so you'll never actually have all 400. That would be crazy to render. So, what happens is, if you choose trios, every fourth unit is deleted, and then any unit over 100 is also deleted. If you choose trios, well, that's trios. If you choose duos, the last two units of each group are deleted, and so forth. So, If you and your friends want to play as a team, they can pick the slots that are connected to the same group. Now, if you choose trios and you have 4 friends and you're all playing together, I believe your group will be preserved. I have yet to test this out with other players simultaneously, but it should retain your 4-man group, and then the rest will be arranged as trios or duos, whatever you chose. Let's begin. It may take a little while for it to receive the file, as I have found out. Not exactly sure what causes this, but just wait it out, hang in there. Usually only takes a couple minutes, if that. So, as soon as you pop in, you can press M to open the map, and you can pick anywhere on the map that you would want the center of the first circle to form within this timer. So we got 5 seconds left, and right now any player can do this. You'll see the circle change according to wherever the last player has selected position. Once the blue circle forms, you can pick your drop point. It'll be a smaller circle for your visual confirmation. You and the rest of your squad will drop in that same location. You can be stupid and pick a location outside of the zone. I don't recommend that, as nothing really spawns that far out of the zone. In fact, all loot spawns within the blue zone, and then 1/4 of the radius size around it. So the dimension from the center to the diameter, plus another 1/4 of that, so like about right here all the way around, is the loot spawn border. And that's just a rough sketch right there. But so maybe this town will have some loot, maybe this one should have some of Delos should have some loot. So if you did want to come out there, you can. As you can see, some vehicles spawn out there, so that looks like I was pretty much correct with that range. I've also fine-tuned the vehicle spawn positions. That way they don't try to spawn into an object, such as a building, and end up exploding immediately. I didn't hear any explosions, so that's a good sign. We can make sure of that as we walk around the map. If you have AI units on your team, they will automatically gather loot. They may not physically go to each loot position, but they have scripts that run and update every certain interval of time that picks a random loot box and gives them upgrades and compatible magazines, attachments, things like that, whatever happens to be in the loot container. And your squad, by default, will follow, and the voice is turned off because normally in Arma, if you have a bunch of different groups in the map, but they're all on the same side, such as East, West, Independent, or Civilian, then all groups of the same side are allies. That's just kind of hard-coded into the game. What my code does is it manually makes any unit target the nearest unit that is not in their group. That way we can have some team games going on. In doing that, if I don't turn the voice off of each unit, then you will constantly hear ceasefire commands in the radio. and that gets old fast. That being said, the reason I brought that up, you can use most of the squad commands. However, let's see if I choose. I got move, stop, hold, fire. I'm forgetting my stuff for a second. Okay, so tilde key 2, tilde key 1. They'll still follow all these. They won't target anything because there's not going to be any technical armor enemies. This stuff doesn't really do much because of the targeting script that I have. Suppressive fire works if you want them to shoot at a different unit than they're already shooting at. Well, it sometimes works. It depends on the situation. Alright, so these should still work. So I'm just going through each one here. I've never used those in this game. Okay, all of these work. Automatic stance, however, does not make them follow your stance. It makes them do whatever stance they see fit. Or you can make them stay in any of these 3 positions. That should work too. I haven't used teams, but maybe that works. I'm not sure what function it would have in my Battle Royale. Okay, and then we got this last one. Negative rate of fire. I don't know if any of those apply to this game either. But you can still tell them to move and change their positions, things like that. You can get into their inventory manually, give them items, take items from them, stuff like that. Make them heal themselves if they haven't already. And as a side note, since I mentioned before, the code that causes units in one group to target the nearest unit that's in a different group, thus considering any other group than its own as enemies, which is how we get the team modes working here. Since that's in place, I also had to make another code which sets your rating every time it changes back to 0. Otherwise, once the rating gets below 2,000, I believe that's the threshold, you are normally considered a renegade or a free-for-all enemy unit, and then everybody will fire at you and you will fire at everybody. Well, you as in if it happened to an AI player. So there's all kinds of codes working together to make this possible. Codes and scripts. It was some pretty head-scratching stuff to figure out, but I did it nonetheless. You can tell units to board vehicles and drive away, leaving you behind, or you can have them drive you. You can drive them. AI-controlled groups will manage vehicles on their own if they're a certain threshold away. Well, if they're outside of the white zone, they're eligible to be scripted to use a vehicle to get in. And then once they are half of the white zone, if you can imagine a circle here, if they're within that range, they'll automatically leave the vehicle. And if they're anywhere in this range, and the remaining time is already halfway done, then they'll also get out. That way they don't just sit in the vehicle the whole time. We can go back to the role selections. So if I'm logged in as an admin, it's just reassign. It takes you back to role selection. I'm not sure that I like how not all the units are here. So what I might actually do is go to missions instead. And then go back into Altus again. There we go. There's all our 400 slots. Alright, so I pick a team, put parameters. I'm going to go to squads. Total units caps the number of, well, total number of units including players. So we're going to set that to 80. You can enable starting weapons, which gives you a vest that does not have an armor rating. And a handgun, a pistol basically. So we can do that. Or you can enable random loadouts, which gives you a random loadout with level 4 armor. So you should get a rifle, a pistol, I think 8 magazines for the rifle, 5 for the pistol, something like that. You get, I think a grenade or 2. You get like 5 med kits. Yeah, random loadouts. Like end game loadouts. You can enable red zones or disable them. You can basically up the intensity of the red zone. So the way my red zones work is artillery units spawn outside of the blue zone and start firing into the red circle. Each one of them has 12 rounds, but they only usually fire about 5 of those within the time limit that I give them. So if you can imagine, one will be about 5 bombs, 2 will be around 10, and so forth. Default is 2 right now. Sometimes if there's just one, it doesn't fire. It just depends. It's kind of a, not really a glitch, but I guess you'd call it a bug. So that's why I put the minimum, the default at 2. You can turn on or off care packages. You can mess with the zone size. Here's all the different steps that I give you. The default, if you have 100 players, is 2 kilometers. Otherwise, the starting zone size is actually dependent on the amount of players. So 80 will end up at just under 2,000. There's a certain multiplier in place for that. That calculates it if you have not specified a size right here. Another way to set a size is based on the total size of the map. So this is the radius. World size is basically the whole diameter across the map. World size divided by 2 is from the center to the radius, or that amount of distance. So then it makes that size of a circle, basically covering the whole map except for the extreme corners. Divided by 3 makes it cover roughly 2/3 of the map. Divided by 4 makes a circle that's about around half the size of the map, and so forth. And then you can change the time of day. Do like 8 in the morning, or do a night game if you want to. My default AI aiming accuracy right now is about 33%. I have it in steps of 5 here. So you can make them absolute aimbots, or you can make them miss just about every shot. Alright, so with these parameters in place, let's go ahead and start. There we are. And let's say I want to do a Ghost Hotel game. So we're going to go here. And then I'm going to drop right onto the Ghost Hotel area. Some units might drop here, some around here, up here. Just depends. Looks like my voice thing yet again is not executing on my player for some reason. Now the voice volume is still turned down for me, so that's interesting. But it did not actually disable voice. Which means if someone fires at me, my guy is going to tell them over the radio to cease fire. I guess that's a bug that I will have to work on. Oh well. Okay. No weapons in those buildings. Let's just try the big one. Oh, that sucks. See if I can avenge him. Oh! Threw a grenade at me. Alright, so once I die, I can pick any other remaining unit to play as. You can pick someone else that's still alive in your own team. Or you can just pick a new team. Maybe I just want another... I want to retry with 4 players again. I can choose one... Choose another group that has 4 players in it. You can see where they are on the map. For now, I think I'm just going to resume with my current squad. Or what's left of them, rather. Tell my other guy to follow me. Oh man, this doesn't hold as much. Very good. We shall keep going. We can find a rifle. I also noticed that my 80 player count did not work. After all, these are very new features. I haven't been able to test absolutely everything on the server. Now, had I cranked them up to aimbot levels, he might have got me. There we go. And then he got me. So, we can see who killed me down here, right? 2-1 killed me. So if I want a chance at getting my stuff back... Why is that there twice? Yeah, I got some bugs to work out. So, I can go to Alpha 2-1. And go find my dead self. Get my items back if I want to. I don't know how this rifle made it into the regular spawn. But hey, I ain't complaining. Somebody's sneaking in here. That's pretty cool. Let's pick up the rest of my ammo for this. Better use it wisely. Oh, maybe my... maybe the player count worked. I was looking at my HP, I think, when I said that earlier. So, 100 HP is great. That's what we want. Uh-oh. Can't vault into a broken window? You kidding me? Alright, broski. You ready to get out of here? Yeah, I used to have 5 freaking artillery units per red zone. That's like, what, 25 bombs on average? Instead of 10. And maybe 10 might be a little much too, but the 10 is just the average. They could underfire or overfire. Probably gonna die sitting here, but whatever. Let's see here. Man, they already killed my other guy. Well, got one more round in this gun. Let's make that count. And it's out. Unfortunately. I appreciate the aggression here. That sounded crazy. Oh, jeez. Alright, who killed me? 2-6. Let's get my... Man. Holy crap. Down to 2 groups already, and both of them have 4 players. That's pretty cool. So one's there, one's there. Let's go this one. Dude, this guy's got the sniper too. Nice. Sucky scope on it, but maybe we can fix that. Three groups remaining, okay. Is there another? That's just me, okay. Dang, you got a lot of stuff, bro. can take stuff from other players. That's the sound of the artillery. We need to get back in the circle. Grab the scope off of that once I'm safe. Well, looks like they found each other. And while the AI units are running code that causes them to target the nearest unit outside of their group. What was I saying? They only pursue targets that are actually in the white circle. That way they stay safe. And they do prefer, the AI do prefer to pursue real players over other AI within a certain range. So if you get really lucky, it almost feels like waves of them coming after you. But they'll also attack each other, so it's not so bad. They'll target whoever's the nearest, but their waypoint will be set to your approximate location. Forgot. I think that's loot. That's not a person. Interesting. Oh, jeez. gonna pin me in here. That was close. One of them hit me though. That does it. Very good. 13 kills, 4 deaths. Not terrible. Alright. Let's check our other maps here. I like this Germany map. It's pretty nice. And we will do trios. We run this again just to make sure it worked. We'll set it to 60. Very good. And let's go. Waiting on the game to load. Come on now. Let's have some fun, shall we? Uh-oh. Didn't get to choose a blue zone, but I can still choose a drop point. Nice. And it looks like the player count did work. After all, I was just looking at my HP and mistook it as the value. There's my new vehicle spawn doing its thing. Avoiding buildings and objects. Basically, it finds a road position, and within 100 meters of that road position, it'll try to spawn the vehicle anywhere that's what is it? The nearest object can't be under 25 meters away. So that ensures that it won't spawn inside of a small building, at least. Maybe if it spawned inside of a hangar or garage, it would be kind of cool, but I think that possibility's there. Point is, it won't spawn and clip into something and explode right when it's in the game, because that's not good. wanted to give everybody a fighting chance, I could have enabled starting weapons. These guys didn't get much, did they? Already been here? Yeah. Maybe. Oh well, I just need a rifle. Oh, they killed one of my guys already. Need a rifle, dang it. There's one. Nice. Ooh, we saw him. He's down. My waypoint is really close to me, then there's an enemy close by. Oh yeah, you can press the decimal on the number pad to use your squad view. As long as, if you look down here to the bottom left, as long as the game thinks that you still have a unit in your team, other than yourself. If you look in the top right, it shows I only have one, which is me. The game has not refreshed it yet. Or at least the AI brain of my player unit does not know that. The dog says hello if you can hear me. Oh, okay. Lol. Once. I just realized my mic was turned off since my dog was barking. Oh well, that's gonna be it, and thank you for watching.